Alright, settle in, grab a cup of tea unsweetened of course. And let's talk nuts. Not the kind that drive you well nuts, but the kind that can seriously impact your health and vitality as you embrace your golden years. As someone who's walked alongside countless individuals navigating the beautiful, sometimes bumpy, road of aging, and had the privilege of sharing insights from stages big and small, I've seen firsthand the profound difference small dietary changes can make. And today we're zeroing in on a common snack that holds surprising power, for better or worse. We've all been told nuts are healthy, right? Little powerhouses of good fats, protein, and fiber. And for the most part, that's true. But here's where it gets a little complicated, especially after 65. What if I told you that some of those seemingly innocent nuts in your pantry could actually be working against you, quietly undermining your health goals? What if they could be increasing your risk of serious health issues, even while you think you're doing something good for yourself? It might sound alarming, but it's a truth we need to face head-on. Consider this: a compelling study published in none other than the Journal of the American College of Cardiology revealed something quite startling. A frequent intake of the wrong kind of nuts could potentially increase the risk of cardiovascular disease by a significant 48% in seniors. That's not a small number. That's a wake-up call. And what's even more concerning, many of the most popular nuts, the ones you might grab without a second thought, have been linked to increased blood pressure, inflammation, arterial blockages, and even a worsening of cognitive decline. Think about that for a moment. You reach for a handful of what you believe to be a healthy snack, a smart choice for your senior wellness. Yet, unknowingly, you could be contributing to the very health challenges you're trying to avoid. It's a frustrating paradox, and frankly, it's not fair. You deserve to know which nuts are your allies and which are, well, perhaps not your friends. There's even one particular nut, a seemingly harmless one often praised by those on low-carb diets, that has been associated with a poisonous substance. Consuming this regularly over time could potentially harm your liver, kidneys, and cognitive abilities. It might be sitting in your snack jar right now. Don't worry, I'll reveal its identity later. But this is the kind of hidden danger we need to be aware of. This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about empowering you with knowledge. It's about making informed choices for your healthy aging. That's precisely why I felt compelled to share this information with you. This isn't just another talk about healthy eating. This is about uncovering some surprising truths and providing you with a clear, actionable guide to navigating the world of nuts after 65. We're going to delve into the nuts that are not only safe, but offer incredible benefits for your heart and brain. And just as importantly, we're going to talk about the 4 you should absolutely steer clear of, or at least approach with extreme caution. I promise to get straight to the point, no unnecessary detours. We'll keep a good pace, because your time is valuable, and frankly, the sooner you have this information, the better. And be sure to stay with me until the very end, because I'll be revealing that dark truth about the number 1 dangerous nut. It's something rarely discussed, and it could be impacting your health without you even realizing it. Before we dive in, if you find this information helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us reach more people who can benefit from this vital senior wellness wisdom. And I'd love to know where you're watching from. Share in the comments below. Your engagement helps build this incredible community, focused on aging gracefully and living our best lives after 70. Now let's get down to it. Let's talk about the nuts that can truly be a gift to your aging body and mind. Part 1. The 4 nuts seniors should be enjoying. These are the powerhouses, the silent guardians of your health, the nuts that offer incredible benefits when consumed regularly and in the right amounts. 1. Brazil nuts, your thyroid's best friend in moderation. Coming in at number 1, and for a very good reason, are Brazil nuts. These often overlooked giants are thyroid-supporting champions. Why is thyroid function so important as we age? Because it's a master regulator of so many bodily processes: energy levels, metabolism, mood control. And unfortunately, thyroid disorders become more common after 65, with symptoms often being mistakenly attributed to just getting older. We don't want to miss those crucial signs. Brazil nuts are the richest dietary source of selenium, a mineral absolutely essential for activating thyroid hormones. Just one Brazil nut can provide over 100% of your daily selenium needs. Think of selenium as the spark plug for your thyroid, ensuring it's running smoothly. But the benefits don't stop there. Brazil nuts contain unique fatty acids that play a role in preserving myelin, that protective sheath around our nerve cells that tends to decline with age. Maintaining myelin is crucial for sharp reflexes, quick reaction times, and overall cognitive processing speed. Who doesn't want to keep their mental edge as they get older? What's particularly fascinating is that the selenium in Brazil nuts is organically bound, meaning your body can absorb and utilize it more efficiently compared to synthetic supplements. It's like the difference between getting nutrients from whole foods versus a manufactured pill. The body just knows what to do with the real thing. Now, here's a crucial point and one you might not hear everywhere. With Brazil nuts, less is definitely more. Because they are so potent in selenium, overdoing it can actually be harmful. I recommend seniors stick to just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day. That's all it takes to reap the rewards without risking selenium toxicity. It's a powerful example of how even tiny adjustments can yield significant results. When you're buying Brazil nuts, if you can find them in their shells, even better. The shell acts as a natural protector, helping to preserve those valuable nutrients longer. And once you get them home, store them in the fridge. Their high fat content makes them prone to going rancid if left at room temperature, and we want to protect those delicate, beneficial oils. Beyond the thyroid and brain benefits, Brazil nuts offer a nice dose of fiber and natural oils, which can be a gentle aid for maintaining regular digestion. This is a common concern as we age, and finding natural ways to support gut health is always a win. Plus, some exciting new research suggests the antioxidants in Brazil nuts might even play a role in slowing down the natural shortening of telomeres, those caps on our chromosomes linked to cellular aging. Imagine a tiny nut potentially helping to slow down the hands of cellular time. Truly, for anyone over 65 focused on maintaining energy, a healthy metabolism, sharp cognitive function, and graceful aging, incorporating just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts daily can be a simple yet impactful step. They are, in my opinion, a perfect addition to your senior health and wellness routine. 2. Pistachios, your blood pressure's little helpers. Next up are pistachios, the vibrant green and purple nuts that are, frankly, often underestimated. While they might not get as much fanfare as some other nuts, they are absolute powerhouses for blood pressure control, a key aspect of senior healthcare. What makes pistachios stand out in the blood pressure department? Their unique combination of low sodium and high potassium. Think of it as a natural balancing act. Potassium helps your kidneys flush out excess sodium, which can lead to lower blood pressure. In fact, the mineral balance in pistachios is so effective it could potentially lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, similar to the effect of some prescription medications, but without the potential side effects. But the goodness doesn't stop at blood pressure. Those beautiful green and purple hues? They're a sign of powerful antioxidants, particularly lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds are crucial for protecting your eyes against age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults. As we age, our eyesight naturally changes, and giving our eyes the nutritional support they need is incredibly important for maintaining our independence and quality of life. Another practical benefit of pistachios for seniors is their softer texture compared to many other nuts. This makes them gentler on teeth and gums, which can be a consideration as dental health changes with age. And here's a little trick that benefits both your waistline and your mind. The act of shelling pistachios. It naturally slows you down, promoting mindful eating. This isn't just about portion control, although the shells do help with that, providing a visual cue of how much you've eaten. It's about engaging your brain in the eating process, which can be calming and even stimulating for cognitive function. It's a simple way to turn a snack into a mini meditation session. If you have arthritis in your hands, look for the already half-open pistachios to make it easier. So, how many pistachios should you aim for? Around 49 nuts a day, which is roughly 1 ounce. Opt for unsalted or lightly salted versions to keep that sodium in check. For the significant number of seniors managing or at risk of diabetes, pistachios offer another advantage. Their good fiber content helps regulate blood sugar levels. Pistachios are more than just a tasty snack. They're a strategic choice for blood pressure management, eye health, and even mindful eating as part of your senior wellness journey. 3. Walnuts. Fuel for your brain. You've probably heard it before: walnuts look like little brains, and it turns out they're incredibly good for your brain. This isn't just a visual coincidence. It's supported by some compelling science. Walnuts are the absolute champion among common nuts when it comes to plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. Why are omega-3s so vital for the aging brain? They play a critical role in neurotransmission, the communication highway of your brain, and help keep those brain cell membranes healthy and intact. Think of them as the essential building blocks for clear, efficient brain function. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who ate just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks showed significant improvements in cognitive processing speed and mental flexibility. Imagine being able to think a little faster on your feet, switch between tasks more easily, and maintain that mental sharpness. Walnuts also contain unique polyphenolic compounds that have shown promise in potentially inhibiting the development of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. These compounds are able to cross the blood-brain barrier, directly combating inflammation in neural tissues. It's like having tiny firefighters putting out inflammatory fires in your brain. Here's a lesser-known benefit. Walnuts contain melatonin. Melatonin levels naturally decline with age, which can disrupt sleep patterns. A handful of walnuts before bed might just be the natural nudge you need for a more restful night. The combination of arginine, an amino acid that supports healthy blood vessel function, and polyphenol also makes walnuts excellent for cardiovascular health. They can help keep your arteries flexible, which is beneficial for everyone, but especially for seniors managing blood pressure. Some research even suggests walnuts can enhance the effects of blood pressure medication. Like Brazil nuts, walnuts have delicate oils that can go rancid, so it's best to store them in the fridge. A good daily target is around 7 to 9 walnut halves. And for a little added benefit, shelling walnuts yourself can be a great way to keep your fine motor skills sharp. Don't be put off by their slightly bitter, protective flavor. That bitterness is actually a sign of their potent antioxidants at work. Walnuts are a delicious and effective way to support your cognitive function and overall healthy aging. 4. Almonds, the bone-strengthening powerhouse. Last but certainly not least in our list of recommended nuts are almonds. These familiar nuts are fantastic for bone health, a critical area of focus for seniors. As we age, our bones can become more porous and brittle, increasing the risk of fractures. Natural bone loss accelerates after 65, but incorporating almonds into your diet can help slow that down. Almonds are a good source of calcium, a cornerstone of bone health. Just a quarter cup provides a good amount of calcium. But what makes almonds truly unique for bone health is their magnesium content. Many older adults are deficient in magnesium, and this mineral is crucial because it helps transport calcium to your bones where it's needed, preventing it from accumulating in your arteries instead. It's like magnesium acts as a traffic controller, directing calcium to the right destination. Beyond bones, almonds contain heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, which can help lower LDL, bad cholesterol levels. With the risk of cardiovascular disease increasing with age, making choices that support heart health is paramount. I recommend seniors aim for about 15 to 20 almonds per day. Ideally, choose raw or dry roasted almonds without added salt. Almonds are also a good source of fiber, which can help combat constipation, a common issue for many seniors. And exciting research from Tufts University has shown that almonds may help protect against oxidative damage to brain cells as we get older. For maximum antioxidant power, choose almonds with their skins on. The flavonoids in the skin work synergistically with the vitamin E in the almond to double the antioxidant punch. One important note for seniors: almonds can be a choking hazard, especially if you have trouble swallowing. Make sure to chew them thoroughly before swallowing. Almonds are a fantastic, accessible nut that offers crucial support for bone strength, heart health, and even brain protection as part of your overall senior wellness plan. Part 2. The 4 nuts seniors should approach with caution, or avoid entirely. Now let's turn our attention to the nuts that might be doing more harm than good. This isn't to say these nuts are inherently bad for everyone, but for individuals over 65, with the physiological changes and potential health considerations that come with age, these 4 present some significant risks. 1. Pine nuts. A potential medication minefield. Coming in at number 4 on our list of nuts to be cautious about are pine nuts. These small, delicate nuts can cause surprisingly big problems for seniors, primarily because of their potential to interact with medications. Here's the alarming part. Pine nuts contain compounds that can interfere with over 60% of the prescriptions commonly given to seniors. This interference can either reduce the effectiveness of your medications or, even worse, lead to harmful side effects. This is particularly concerning with medications like statins, some antidepressants, and blood pressure drugs. Sadly, many doctors and pharmacists don't routinely warn patients about these potential food-drug interactions. It's a critical piece of information that often falls through the cracks. Beyond medication interactions, pine nuts are notorious for something called pine nut syndrome. This bizarre phenomenon causes a persistent, bitter, metallic taste in your mouth that can last for days or even weeks after eating them. While it might sound like a minor annoyance for seniors, this can have serious consequences. Changes in taste can lead to a decreased appetite and, subsequently, unintended weight loss and nutritional deficiencies. Studies have shown that as many as 42% of people affected by pine nut syndrome experience significant weight loss. This syndrome appears to be more common in older adults, potentially due to age-related changes in taste receptors and how our bodies process substances. Pine nuts are also relatively high in polyunsaturated fats, which, if not stored properly, can easily oxidize and create inflammatory chemicals. For seniors already dealing with inflammatory conditions like arthritis, this can exacerbate symptoms. Their small size and smooth texture also pose a real aspiration risk. This is especially worrying for older adults who may have difficulty swallowing or experience dry mouth due to medications, a common issue for over 70% of seniors taking multiple prescriptions. Inhaling a pine nut can lead to serious respiratory complications. Finally, pine nuts contain enzyme inhibitors that can hinder the digestion of protein. This is particularly problematic for seniors whose natural ability to absorb protein decreases with age. Getting enough protein is vital for maintaining muscle mass and overall health, and anything that interferes with that process is a concern. Considering the potential for dangerous medication interactions, the risk of pine nut syndrome impacting nutritional status, the inflammatory potential, and the choking hazard, I strongly advise seniors to avoid pine nuts altogether. It's simply not worth the risk. 2. Macadamia nuts, a calorie and fat bomb. Macadamia nuts are undeniably delicious, with their rich, buttery flavor. However, their exquisite taste comes with a significant drawback for seniors. They are the most calorically dense nut available. We're talking around 200 calories per ounce. As we age, our metabolic rate naturally slows down, making weight management more challenging. Mindlessly snacking on macadamia nuts can quickly add a substantial number of calories without necessarily providing the same level of nutrient density as other nuts. Their extremely high fat content, about 22 grams per ounce, can also be problematic, particularly for the gallbladder. The gallbladder's efficiency can decrease with age, and a high fat load from macadamia nuts can trigger painful episodes in seniors who may have asymptomatic gallstones. Around 15% of seniors have gallstones without even knowing it. Macadamia nuts also contain a notable amount of saturated fat, which can contribute to an increase in LDL, bad cholesterol levels. This is a concern for many seniors already focused on managing their cholesterol for cardiovascular health. Their density and hardness also pose a serious risk to dental health, especially for seniors with weakened teeth, crowns, or bridges. A single bite on a hard macadamia nut could lead to a costly and painful dental emergency. Furthermore, macadamia nuts are one of the more expensive nuts. This can lead some seniors to opt for cheaper varieties that may be more prone to rancidity or improper storage, exposing them to unhealthy oxidized lipids. Many commercially available macadamia nuts are also oil-roasted and heavily salted, adding unhealthy fats and excess sodium to the mix. While some studies highlight the benefits of nuts for heart health, research on high-fat nuts like macadamia is often limited or downplayed. Given their high calorie density, potential to aggravate gallbladder issues, saturated fat content, and dental risks, I recommend seniors consider swapping macadamia nuts for options with a more favorable nutritional profile for aging bodies, such as pistachios. 3. Cashews, the hidden sugar spike. Cashews are another popular nut, often perceived as a healthy snack. However, for seniors, cashews present a significant concern due to their surprisingly high carbohydrate content and glycemic impact. Compared to other tree nuts, cashews have a much higher ratio of carbohydrates to protective fiber. This means they can cause a more significant spike in blood sugar levels, which is particularly problematic for the large percentage of seniors managing or at risk of diabetes or prediabetes. Many people eat cashews thinking they are making a healthy choice, without realizing the potential impact on their blood sugar. Beyond blood sugar, the smooth, curved shape of cashews makes them a significant choking and aspiration risk. They are, in fact, one of the most commonly aspirated nuts among seniors. Nutritionally, cashews contain oxalates. Oxalates can bind to calcium in the gut, reducing calcium absorption. This is a major concern for seniors already at risk of osteoporosis. Oxalates also increase the risk of kidney stones, a risk that naturally increases after the age of 60. The processing of cashews is also worth noting. They require extensive processing to remove a toxic substance called urushiol, also found in poison ivy. This processing can strip away some of their nutritional value. And like macadamia nuts, commercially available cashews are often oil-roasted and excessively salted, adding unhealthy fats and sodium. Cashews also contain enzyme inhibitors that can interfere with protein digestion, a common issue for older adults. And their creamy texture makes them incredibly easy to overconsume, contributing to weight gain at a time when maintaining a healthy weight is increasingly important. Given the potential for blood sugar spikes, aspiration risk, reduced calcium absorption, and other nutritional drawbacks, I recommend seniors choose nuts with a more favorable profile, such as walnuts or almonds, instead of cashews. 4. Peanuts, the inflammatory culprit. Finally, we come to peanuts. Now, technically, peanuts aren't even nuts, they're legumes that grow underground. And while they are a popular snack, they pose several significant risks for seniors, primarily acting as potential triggers for inflammation. Because they grow underground, peanuts are susceptible to mold and aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are toxic compounds produced by certain molds that can harm the liver and increase the risk of cancer with regular consumption. As we age, our body's detoxification systems become less efficient, making seniors more vulnerable to the harmful effects of aflatoxins. Even if you don't have a peanut allergy, peanuts contain proteins that can trigger inflammatory reactions in many people. For seniors already dealing with chronic inflammation, this can worsen joint pain, cardiovascular stress, and cognitive decline. Think about it. If you're already experiencing discomfort from arthritis or managing heart issues, adding a food that can increase inflammation is counterproductive. Peanuts are also high in omega-6 fatty acids. While we need omega-6, most Western diets already have an imbalance of omega-6 to omega-3s, favoring inflammation. The high omega-6 content in peanuts can further contribute to this imbalance. A particularly serious concern for seniors is the potential interaction between the vitamin K in peanuts and blood-thinning medications like warfarin. This interaction can be dangerous. Yet it's another food-drug interaction that many doctors and pharmacists fail to warn patients about. Commercial peanut butter often contains added hydrogenated oils, excess sodium, and sugars, which are detrimental to cardiovascular health, especially for the large number of seniors with hypertension. Even natural peanut butter without added salt can still contribute to increased blood pressure in some individuals. Peanuts are also prone to going rancid if not stored properly, producing harmful free radicals. And the common practice of dry roasting peanuts for commercial use can create acrylamide, a chemical that has been linked to cognitive decline. For anyone concerned about memory loss, this is a significant factor to consider. Given the risks of aflatoxin exposure, inflammatory proteins, omega-6 imbalance, potential medication interactions, and the unhealthy additives often found in peanut products, I strongly recommend seniors minimize or eliminate peanuts from their diet. Switching to the recommended nuts is a much safer and more beneficial choice for your long-term health. Even replacing peanuts with a recommended nut just a few days a week can make a difference. We've covered a lot of ground today, exploring the nuts that can be incredible allies in your senior years and those that, frankly, are best left on the shelf. It might seem like a lot to take in, and perhaps you're feeling a little surprised or even disappointed about some of the nuts on the avoid list. But remember, this isn't about deprivation. It's about making informed, powerful choices for your health and vitality. The choices you make about what you eat, even down to the snacks you choose, have a profound impact on your health, your energy levels, and your cognitive function as you move through your golden years. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by all the health information out there, but focusing on small, consistent adjustments can lead to truly enormous outcomes over time. Shifting from a less beneficial nut to a more beneficial one is a perfect example of such a small adjustment with potentially life-changing results. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about being mindful of what you're putting into your body and understanding how it can either support or hinder your journey of aging gracefully. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge and making choices that honor your body and mind. Your health is your most valuable asset, and it's worth protecting and nurturing. By choosing the right nuts, you're not just enjoying a snack. You're investing in your brain health, your heart health, your bone strength, and your overall well-being. You're taking an active role in shaping your experience of life after 70. I encourage you to take this information and put it into practice. Start small if you need to. Maybe swap out your usual snack nut for one of the recommended options for just a few days a week. Pay attention to how you feel. Notice the difference. Your experiences are valuable, and they can help others on their journey. Have you made changes to your diet specifically concerning nuts that have had a positive impact on your health? Share your stories and insights in the comments below. Let's learn from each other and build a supportive community around senior wellness. Tell me which nut revelation today had the most impact on you. Thank you for joining me today and for investing this time in your health. Remember, you have the power to make choices that support your vibrant, healthy aging. Choose wisely, nourish your body and mind, and continue to embrace life with energy and vitality. Until next time, take good care of yourself.